Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's bring out the Car-nage and ready to enter for a live summit event rerun on today's video in the Crew 2. Now viewers, we're about to be arriving in the first week of December because the date schedule has now been upon arrival on December 3rd to the 10th of this year for 2025 until at the end of the year. By finishing up on Dominion Rivals Stage number 3 as a recap, but it takes one event and follow-up catch-up on USB tour cities at New York City before moving on to have the next 6 events and 3 skills that we might need to have 3 required vehicles to be entered. So you might need to have the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 2020 is the first one to go for a street race discipline. Second, for the monster truck, that you might need to have a Hummer H1 Alpha Monster Truck Edition and driving into the Wild West. And also for the Demolition Derby to be driving in the 8, as you might need to have the Fender Frontier. We'll have to go faster, boost it, and drive it like you mean it. And we got some other 3 events we'll have to be settled in to have one combo event in Dominion Frozen, along with Rally Raid and Rallycross Discipline to be settled in on no restriction only. For starters, as you may ever think about this team summon, but you know what to do, this what to be driving and bring out one small amount of Car-nage as we're about to be proceed to go entered until second week will be have to be scheduled until Wednesday. So better be ready and brace yourself. This will might need to have your favorite vehicles to be settled in to be driving on the ground, along with some water-based and air-based vehicles to be settled in to go for temporarily. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to hang on. Action. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like. Okay, let's try this again. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like. Okay, let's try this again. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like. Okay, let's try this again. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's get started. Hang on. Let's try this again. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at. Okay, let's try this again. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin and ready to go for today's live summit event. So, turns out going well standard improvement and ends up here in rank 998 place in 1,217,306 points to get 4 prizes, including with the Aston Martin Vulcan the Duke Edition, and while Palm Leaf Smoke on the rare ability has now been earned, obtained, and collect to have some more score breaker for the touring car discipline, and more followers will have to be applied to go in the promoted level. So, looks like after Santa Special, the next chase has now been date on schedule by coming soon before at the end of 2025 before proceed in 2026. But I hope new players out there might need to have a chance to go with some different events, as you're about to have some more vanities to be collected, and set yourself to have some future upcoming events after you're about to be finishing up on the Crew 2 and proceed onward in the Crew Motorfest. But I know what to do, because offroading to go escape and heading out to the Grand Canyon will have to be brace myself and go skillful, and mayhem will have to take some skills will be daring to extreme. So let's go for it and embrace myself to have one skill attempt, as I decided to go for the Land Rover to Benderworks V8 70 Edition 2018. Just have to go right here and have one shortcut to do the alternative path to get myself prepared to have a gold requirement objective to be at least in over 3,500 yards. Just might have to do this quickly, and have enough nitro will go airborne ventilated. Okay, perfect. Now, coming in right in. Just might need to clear the path and go full capacity nitro will be settled in to be maxed out. Okay, going back on the ledge and right around the hills. Got to keep going. Just might need to toughen up and beat this yard objective in 35.77 yards. Okay, it's about to get closer. Might need to step it up. Alright, there we go. And stop right here before the red zone kicks in. So that's 3750 yards. Check, applied, and see the results, as I had to get down on the leaderboards before it ends up here in 114,489 points. So that's good enough. And positional update on 1,954. Okay. That was a lot of hard work out there to have one skill will face up to overcome many obstacles when it comes to be dropping in the rocky areas around in Grand Canyon. But looks like two skills in easy difficulty will be proceed to go in low altitude and right at the same location, as I decided to go for the slick 360 horsepower will be going in low altitude to fly low. Got to make sure to keep it nice in formation. If anything else, will be more likely to go in inverted flight to do the main multiplier to go increase simultaneously. Just have to keep things up, fly on a good formation without avoid the contact on the rocky spots. But it looks more clear to that. Just have to go proceed into the rivers. Just make it much more nice, safer, and well-deserved clear. Got a good eyes on the sunrise, and down to 12 seconds left to go. Gotta do it. This would do nicely, and no problem at all without avoid a contact before doing one touch, and then time is about to be over soon. So that's a ticket. Pizza cake in part 1 on main skill for aerobatics, and that means for only one skill for the air race discipline to be ends up here in 156,760 points and 43,087 points. So let's have skill 3, and heading up to the Midwest and Dirtland, we'll go buoy smashing to have powerboat available, along with jet sprint will double up, and scope breaker will be set to go green light. So I had to grab and go for the Proto Offshore Mark II whenever I might need to go for an optional pick, so this is what I have to do for only one encore for the moment in Car-nage. Just have to smash around on green buoys, but you know what to do, because it'll have to do for only one avoid contact on the red ones. Just have to go piled up, multiplier times 4 is double check, and drop it and sail around like you mean it. Just give a little bit more sand technique. Just keep it nice and shake it up. If anything else happens, I'll have to do it again to go for a new attempt in about 10 seconds left to go. Just quick grab and go. 2 seconds remain, and very close enough. Just have this main total point to be ends up here in 35,575 points. Let's check again on the results and proceed to the leaderboards to have an outcome to go place and ends up here in 155,120 points in position 1,518. So let's go for it, and 6 event green light will begin and help myself to go racing in off-road area on event 1 in the Great Sand Dune for the rally raid, no restriction only. But this time I'm about to try it out and go for the rally raid version of the Route 3400K. Is going to get much more suitable to be placed to be on the recommend. And this will be quite good to be sportier and off-roading to have a drivetrain layout to becoming as a 4x4 off-roader sports car. By adding up in the per level in 140, that brings up with 658 horsepower and top speed 150 miles per hour, we'll be doing much more nicer out there to see this good sports car and have a spare tire to be outfit, fully modified, and besides to have different versions since the first installment for the Crew 1. Based off from the original Route 3400K as a street race counterpart to be using as a drip and drag race counterpart, but it features to go for max out performance level to be applied and max out by 140 that produces to go max out in 658 horsepower and top speed 150 miles per hour to be driving on the off-road areas. So I'll be the first one to be ready up, get set, and start the countdown on the grid in about 3 seconds. We'll be ready up and drive anywhere to go for a focusing time attack and drive to be freely. So let's do this, viewers. Drive to join the party and go off-road wide open. So looks like Biggie is in the lead. First area checkpoint is coming up, and drive anywhere to be improvised to see the Route 3400K to go in action. Impressive and going off-roading skill to have a hop around to have a good place in the desert before proceed on checkpoint area 2. With this good kind of a modification version to this Route 3400K to be based up as original road going full stock from the Crew 1, ever since to have some different spec versions available, just to be remain to have the drip, drag, and this one as rally raid discipline to go drive anywhere to have the good place on the off-road areas. Much more similar than other route vehicles are still remain to be left out and carry out forward to be onwards when you're about to be moving on in the Crew Motorfest. Just to see how you can do very nicely to have this skill when it comes to have this off-roading sports car to go diving in and hop around to have a good open spot on the area. Just have to go skillful handling check and pack up the nitro once you're about to get used to it to have a skill of time attacker to be focusing onto the main path of the route. But also yet, this dashboard for this interior build is now been slightly to be designed and modified to becoming as a main foundation for this road going version. But it actually does to have some few parts, and the fender itself has now been wide body kit to be set and go designed to have a placement to go anywhere in off-road places across in America and also in Hawaii. But man, it's gonna get crazy out there to see this off-road sports car is gonna do some air jumps and go daredevil extreme. But it brings out to have a 6-speed transmission to go for a mid-shape layout but converted into an all-wheel drive layout. But more or less to say, it actually does quite good formidable to take on with some 4x4 pickup trucks. Got to do this if you're about to have this one to be tested when you're about to be visiting to the off-road HQ as a new player. So coming up to have the next checkpoint to go in, slide around to go counter up on the grip, and here goes onto the finish line to be reaching up at the end of the desert. Got to do this quickly and be on the lookout on any obstacles once you're about to go clear to have one single contact to be avoided. And there goes the touchdown. Just have 2 minutes 36.18 seconds to go right around in the desert, and race event 1 is all done. So that's 117,306 points, and let's have a good look on the leaderboards. Will be proceed and applied in 4,095. So terrific. Now that brings out to have one event clear for the no restriction only, and save for the other 3 on vehicle exclusive for the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, Hummer H1 Alpha, and Fender Frontiera. So let's go to the Monuments Motorsport Park in Dominion Forceburg number 4, Rallycross on no restriction only will be ready to go. Alright, this time I'm about to go for the 2016 Porsche 911 GT3 RS RD Limited Edition. Will embrace the go for a 3-lap time attack with putting up with some amenities, including with a blue official paint job color to be applied, and max out per level in 230 in Rallycross discipline to go faster in 732 horsepower and top speed 175 miles per hour. While the sum of its parts for a midship sports car, it'll do for only one tire smoke trail will have to be ready to go on display until the countdown will be initiated in 3 seconds. Hop on ready, get set, and go faster. Rallycross time attack will be embraced to go for a full speed display. Better have enough grip and take the first checkpoint. We'll go sideways and reinforce it to drive it like a pro. Okay, there you go. Hairpin up ahead. Just have to go right in and drive it till I mean it to go for an ace up in the Rallycross drifter. Impressive to be well obvious to see this good Type 991 Rallycross vehicle for this Porsche 911 GT3 RS will be prepared to go for a full focus time attack strategy. So that's 10 seconds on the gap distance. Got to keep going. Skillful is what you might need to have a good midship layout in terms to have a formidable skill of the rally-based vehicle. Just have to take one jump, slower in, fast out, final corner clear, and finishing up to go on the first lap after taking one jump has been proceed. Time to kick things up and switching to go on drifting action. But not yet at least. Just have this checkpoint clear and go right back onto the same spot at the hairpin. Kick butt and max out the nitro is rolling out to go. Okay, progression has now been stopped by 51%. Halfway there, viewers. Just keep going and then one jump at a time. Once you're about to have the next few turns, we'll proceed. Okay, much more fits up the good jam to drifting. Just have the checkpoint clear. Gap distance update in 27.061 seconds. Almost there to take the final lap. Just have to drop the hammer and go right ahead to do the sideways to have the next batch on drifting off-roading drift. Okay, good call. Now, one more turn on the hairpin. This would do very nicely to go improve on the books. But very nice to have a purple smoke trail to be seen on display once I had to get things to go for settlement of decoration to be prior to the winter season. But we're still in the fall season during the month of December to be upon arriving in early for the Christmas season. Down to 10 more percent. Keep going. Looks like almost to have a good gap distance to be around by over 41 seconds. Pack up the pace and one more corner to go. Final stretch will drop out the hammer. Hang on, looks like this might need to go call in and didn't see that one coming. Wow. Much more complicated, and that's that. Well, for starters, if you ever think to do one event for only a time attack, that's how it happens, because you might need to get back onto the main track until you might have to get ends up onto the outside edge. But talk about close call for sure, and that will be doing much more nicely if you're about to have one full race to go clean in session until you might need to be extra careful without going off the track. Let's have a good check on the details and ends up here in position 5,527 place. So it's all done for Dominion Forsberg number 4 at the Monuments Motorsport Park. Now let's go for the cold temperature to have one street race discipline to have a touring car event in Dominion Frozen number 4 at hang on. Okay, as a true time attack driver. And this will bring out to have a lesson learned, viewers. Just try to be extra careful when you're about to take one jump to have your own favorite rallycross vehicle, and keep it much more nicer to be in a straight formation for only one jump at a time. So onto the leaderboards, and here is the main position as I end up here in position 5000. One at a time. So let's have a review on the leaderboards, and here is my current position right now in 5,528 place. So it's all done on Dominion Forsberg number 4. Let's go street race for only one touring car discipline category to have the fit one in Dominion Frozen at Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. Better be ready, viewers, and grab your favorite street race vehicle. It's about to go slippery time attack to take another 3-lap challenge before proceed to go for the next 3 ones as we're about to be proceed. Okay, it's all clear. So let's go to Eagle Falls Motorsport Park in Dominion Frozen number 5. Better grab your favorite street race vehicle. This will get slippery for a 3-lap time attack. We'll embrace to go for a cold temperature to be prior to the season of winter until December 21st. Just have to choose one kind of a best street race vehicle to be preferred to go for a Nitro Chemist, or if possible, just have any kinds of motorcycle whenever you like. But you might need to be extra careful when using the motorcycles on the icy track. It's going to get much more tricky and will formidable to go. Okay, cut. Okay, new take and action. And it's all clear. So let's go to Dominion Frozen number 5 at Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. Better grab your favorite street race vehicle. This will get tricky to have ourselves for a Okay, cut. Let's try this again. Okay. Dominion Forsberg number 4 is all done. Now let's go to Eagle Falls Motorsport Park for Dominion Frozen number 5 for a street race discipline. So let's go to Eagle Falls Motorsport for a single touring car event when using street race discipline on Dominion Frozen number 5. Better grab your favorite street race vehicle. This will go for a full icy condition to help ourselves for another 3-lap attack, and give it much more skillful to have your favorite vehicle to be set on Nitro Chemist. But also yet, motorcycles should be more likely to be welcome here at any time to be settled in to have another batch of no restriction only. But how about I'll have to choose the Jaguar SE SB Project A 2018 to be maxed out and good to go for only one sporty sedan car to be tested and go facing on the icy circuit. But it takes more grip and possibility to have enough Nitro Chemist to go full boosted for amount of duration. But whenever you like, just might need to go for the supercharged addition to the Mazda RX-3. So let's beat the time ejected in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. We'll go cold fusion on the pace. Yeesh. Okay, cut. Okay. Okay, new take and action. Better grab your favorite street race cars. It's going to get much more challenging to be Okay, new take, rolling, and action. Better get ready, folks. Have your favorite street. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Rolling and action. Favorites. Dominion Frozen, number 5. Better get ready, folks. Have your favorite street race vehicles will be settled in and choose for only one pick and take on the 3-lap challenge with full metal on the icy track. But this is where I have to put myself to go for the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 before proceed to go on the main event. Just only have one muscle car at a time and 2 events only. This will go for a full grip and accelerate to have a sound of the V8 engine in about 3 seconds to go pack up and have a true spirit of the United Defense Reformation Service represent Insportec Racing Team. So let's go for it and beat the time ejected in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Okay, first turn coming up, slide around and use the inside position of the apex. But look ahead, viewers. It's going to get much more rough out there, so you might need to be expected to keep a good eyes on exercise caution once you're about to go Q on American drifting. But very nice, and pack up the gap distance before proceed to go around on turn number 5. Final line quickly and proceed to go on turn 6. Okay, impressive and cold skill on the ice. Sliding around. Okay, cut. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Before proceed to go for the main event. Time for my UDRS Insportec livery will face up to go for a cold temperature 3-lap time attack is on the way. Countdown begins in 3 seconds. This is going to get tougher, skidder, and sliding out on the corners will might need to be packed up to go full speed and grip. So I have to pay attention. First lap is going underway, and checkpoint 1 is going applied and slided to be clear. Dow. Hang on. Okay, before proceed to go for the main event. Just only have one muscle car at a time. You'll have to do nicely to have one event for no restriction and vehicle exclusive right after this. Time for the United Defense Reformation Service Insportec Racing Team will be going on the icy track in 3-lap time attack. Just to do this quickly and beat the main ejected in 3 minutes and 16 seconds will have to be survived to go in one piece. So look ahead, viewers. turn 1, we'll go slide around and use the inside of the apex once we're about to go using up a nitro. Just have to stay on track. Full traction will be able to help you out if you're about to be using for only one specified street race vehicle to go in all-wheel drive. Okay, there's clearance on the gold slab. Just have to go for it and pack up enough speed before proceed on turn number 6 to go slide around in Winter Wonderland. Come on, just might need to take some time and go right in to have the main current sector to be placed and drifted with... Dow. Okay, people proceed to go for the main event. One muscle car at a time, viewers. I'm always have to do this because it's going to get tougher, stronger, and have one of my UDRS Inspotech livery will be joining in and face the icy surface in about 3 seconds to go green light. Gonna do it. Beat the time Jeff did in 3 minutes and 16 seconds is coming right up. Got to go early brake here and slide it around to have a good eyes on the apex once you're about to be applied to go clear on turn 1 before proceed on turn 2. Gotta keep it careful, but looks like Clarence is in the lead to have a good eyes on display. He's got the outside upper hand, so I had to do it for only one pushing effort out there to keep it up and save enough nitro if you're about to be using on nitro cannons to be set at the ready. Steady as it goes. First lap, we'll always have to do temporarily on warm-up because it's going to go for a 3-lap time attack for a Winter Wonderland. Slide it till I mean it, and go pack up to get closer towards the end of the first lap. Okay, kick butt. Gonna have to go quick recovery. Second lap, here I go, and do this again. Okay, very well deserved for a muscle car to be doing some skill of formidable to be on the icy drift. Just have to stay on track if you're about to go for only one street race vehicle to be outfit in all-wheel drive layout. Ah, dang it. There you go. Okay, cut. Okay, let's try this again. Hang on. Okay, we'll be proceed to go for the main event. Two parts with one American muscle car at a time to be embraced to sound to the Damn it. Okay, new take and action. Okay. We'll be proceed to go for the main event. One UDRS Inspotech livery coming up, 3-lap time attack, and one full grip icy track is going to get myself prepared to do a full action pack on the drift. 3 seconds and first lap is good to go. Gotta do this quickly and beat the time in 3 minutes and 16 seconds to get closer around to have a good eyes on the inside apex. But one icy drip coming up Just have to do it quickly and get closer to have eyes open on turn 2 and 3. So that's 1.5 seconds is all done. Just embrace it to go slide around and pack up to go for the sound of the V8 muscle car. But it will be much more possible if you're about to be using to go for all-wheel drive layout, just to let you know, because FR sports car and muscle cars might have to go for a decent of discipline to be skill and concentration to have a less amount of the grip. But it still might have the advantage, we'll go full eyes on drift. Okay, got to nail that final turn. Too far so good. Now proceed to go in lap number 2. Okay, closing in. Just might need to beat clearance lap time for only 3 laps in one event. So that's 6.6. Better go wide open. Tap up and reinforce the nitro to go full short speed boost. Okay, very awesome and impressive to go 8 drifting. Okay, damn it. Okay, new take and action. We'll go for the main event. So let's have 2 events with UDRS Inspirotech livery. We'll go into the competition spotlight to have 1 event in time attack and 1 standard street race only. But this we'll have to do 1 at a time, and it's going to get much more skill and formidable to take a time attack to beat the main objective in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Let's go electrifying nitro and slide around to go drifting action on turn 1 nearly towards the apex to go for a formation warm-up. But it gets much more tricky out there to have a good eyes open on turn 2 and 3. Just drive it, drift it, and go skillful like we're about to face up to go for skid driving in the winter wonderland. Just have turn 5 to come around to go for the main checkpoint clear. This turn is coming around and proceed to have a careful stepping stone to have turn 6 will be proceed to tap up and go reinforce it to go full nitro for a short period. Okay, it's all done. Not yet at least. Just might need to get yourself to be maintain focus without causing a distraction. Okay, just have to hold it together. Going right back at turn 1 and drift it like you're about to go pro on the effort. Okay, slide around and drive it like I mean it. Oh yeah, still got this one in one piece, and gap distance to be on hold will be decreased in about 4.8 seconds. Coming right back on 5.7. Just have to keep going and don't get yourself too cocky. You might need to push a little bit harder out there if you're about to be using for an all-wheel drive street race vehicle, just like the 2015 or 2020 Nissan GT-R Nismo. Just have to keep these things up in notice, so it's heading up towards the final lap. Okay, cut. Okay, new take and action. We'll have to do this for only for the main event. So let's go for it. My UDRS Inspirotech livery will be ready to go and proceed to have 2 events on time attack and 1 full street race event before proceed to go for the demolition derby on the 8th. Let's go for 3 seconds, and first lap coming up, and bring out the nitro. We'll go full electric in about 3 minutes and 16 seconds. But looks like the trail has now been come together. Just have to keep things up and go on turn 1, wheel wide open to have a good eyes open. Okay, cut. Okay, Pikes Peak Mountains. Got it. Okay, new take and action. We'll go on to the main event. I must keep going, but looks like Pikes Peak Hill Climb is waiting for me before I proceed to go on event number 4 when using the Mustang Shelby GT500. But it's going to get much more tougher out there to be doing 3 laps on the icy track on different layouts. So let's go full electric and beat the time ejected in 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go for a full eyes on courage display. Got to keep things up to go full drifting as the first turn is going suited to be on the exercise warm-up before Clarence Bishop the third on the Gold Slab has not been seen appear. Start to look ahead. Turn 3 on the drifting zone is right on the block and gonna have to go for the main checkpoint to be proceed. Damn it. Come on. Just might need to step it up. Okay, we'll have to go on for the main event. So let's get going. And looks like Pikes Peak Hill Climb is waiting for me before I proceed to go on event number 4. Got to make sure to go toughen up and face 3 laps around the icy track. It's going to get slippery and full traction on the grip. Time to unleash the nitro and have my UDRS Inspirotech will go full racing display. Here comes the first turn. Gonna have to do early brake prep work and have a slight turn drifting advantage. Will go clear on turn 2 and 3 later on. But easier said than done. The main gap ejected is about to be placement to go ready up and be preferred to have a possibility whenever you might need to go for an all-wheel drive sports car. But one B8 muscle car will have to take the tougher ropes out there to go for a basic workout, and it's gonna get hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, Dominion Frozen number 5. Better be ready, folks. It's going to get challenging to be racing on the icy track on the different layouts. I'll have to save it later on for Pikes Peak Hill Climb for the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 on event number 4, just in case to have a nitro chemist to be well preferred if I had to go for an all-wheel drive sports car to be well recommend. But how about I'll have to decide to go for the 2015 Nissan GT-R as well. We'll be doing more likely to go for a pack up the speed and unleash it to go in 849 horsepower for the top speed at 228 miles per hour at the pro level in 280. Time to go full stock introduction and get trained. We'll do the first lap on the starting grid in about 3 seconds and hold the grip will have to be applied to go on the brake. So let's get it on and go full action to have a total time ejected will be obtained and beat 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So I have to look ahead, first turn coming up, and keep yourself careful because the full grip traction that you might need to help you out. Okay, turn 1 clear. Now going in on turn 2 and 3. Let's keep it nice and slow and cue the drift. It's going to get slippery to be driving on the icy track in the Winter Wonderland theme. Okay, close call. Just have the turn 4 clear. Now moving on in turn 5 and be ready for it before it approaches to go inside the tunnel at turn 6. Let's take it slow and engage to go full all-wheel drive drifting to be in style. Okay, so that's 3.6 seconds, almost there. Gonna to go amp up and proceed to go in lap number 2. So when you're using on specific street race vehicle, you might have to go for all-wheel drive layout. Okay, new take and action. Okay, new take and action. 280 per level. Time to go for it, viewers. So I had to do this all day and work hard till I mean it. This will have to take a while to put myself to go for a full session to have this event whenever it might need to go for a full grip traction to be well steady up and keep it much more performed to go on a clean time attack display. So first lap coming up and beat the main time ejected in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Slide around to go on turn 1 before Clarence Bishop III's ghost lap has now been appeared to go on display. So you might have to use it quickly. Better make sure to grab any kind of specific street race vehicle to go in all-wheel drive layout. But this one is doing well example when using the 2025 cut 2015 I mean. Okay, let's try this again. Just might need to keep working hard out there as possible. Okay, new take, rolling, and action. Per level at 280. So let's go for all-wheel drive time attack, viewers. Better make sure to have your own street race vehicle to be preferred to have the same drivetrain layout and perfectly to go face up in the icy terrain. Then it's high time to go for the R35 GTR to beat the time ejected in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Turn 1 coming up, checkpoint 1 to go clear, and slide around to go for a full grip of traction. Just have enough grip and go acceleration once you're about to be proceed onward on turn 2 and turn 3 to go eyes open. Okay, just have to keep it nice and neat. Going wide open, and here's Clarence. Damn it. Okay, cut. Okay, new take, rolling, and action. At the per level and 280. So let's go for all-wheel drive time attack, viewers. It's going to be high time to face the icy serpent. We'll have to take the full traction to keep yourself for nice and neat. Countdown in 3 seconds, and here I go for the 2015 R35 model. We'll go beat the time objective in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So I have to do this quickly. People are moving on in Pikes Peak Hill Climb. We'll have to go for the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 right after this. Okay, cut. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, new take and action. At the pro level of 280. So here comes for the all-wheel drive time attack. It's going to get much more effort to be... Okay, cut. Damn it. Okay, new take, action. At the pro level of 280. So it's high time for the all-wheel drive time attack to be ready up and go full grip traction in about 3 seconds. As the total time, we'll be prepare ourselves to go for all-wheel drive faster in just 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go full speed and full grip traction. So I have to pay attention before approaches to go entered on turn 1 as the brake zone to go applied and early to have the line check to go near at the apex. Gotta do this quickly because it takes a lack of hard work and full all-wheel drive exercise. As we're about to beat this event, we'll do it all by ourselves. Okay, cut. It's wasting a lot of time. Okay, new take, rolling, and action. At the pro level of 280. So here I go, viewers. It's going to be a high time attack. We'll go for an all-wheel drive layout to stay focused and make it much more perfect to be stay on the line to face the obstacle for an icy surface. So let's go and beat the time objective in 3 minutes and 16 seconds whenever it takes. That might need to go for a full grip and steady up to go in one piece. First turn coming up, it's going to get much more obvious to have this main... Okay, cut, let's try this again. Okay, new take, rolling, and action. At the pro level of 280. It's about to go high time for a time attack all-wheel drive layout, viewers. This was gonna... Okay, cut, let's try this again. Just might need to pull it together. Okay, new take, rolling, action. Pro level of 280. So it's high time for an all-wheel drive layout to be ready up and face the ice surface. We'll go 3 laps around the course. Countdown begins in 3 seconds, so I had to get myself prepared to have a lot of practice, and it's going to get tougher out there to beat the time objective in 3 minutes and 16 seconds for only one event. Just have to go for the art of drifting, and all-wheel drive racing will be applied to go skillful to have the first turn before proceed to go on turn 2. First lap coming up, and do this for only one checkpoint at a time and keep yourself to be steady up to have it applied to go in one piece. Better have enough nitro. This will have to be coming right in and damn it. Don't have time for this. I'll have to cancel it and resume it.